My first time ever going live. Am I live? Okay, I got 499 subscribers. I kind of want to go live until I get 500. So I don't have on lawyer clothes on, but I am a lawyer. Been practicing law for 8 years. This is my office, and you see my degrees. Nobody's joining my live. But I've been doing YouTube for a year now, over a year, probably like a year, 2 months, and I almost got 500 subscribers. And so I just need one more, and I'm good to go. I posted a short yesterday about Diddy, and I want to post another one very soon. But I'm working. It may not seem like this is the first full day I've had in my office. Inside, I was probably like 2 weeks. And so that is crazy. 2 weeks and just it's tough, man. I see why a lot of people have attorneys, then they get associates, and the associates can stay at the office and do the actual work while we're out doing client meetings, board meetings, and actually going to court. And so it's the tough part about being an attorney is doing your meetings, calls, going to court, and board meetings. That's not the toughest. But the tough part is doing all that and still having to do all the pleas. It's like working two jobs, but you got one job. And you might say, hey, you're complaining and you got charged a lot. Yes, we charge a lot. But you got to realize we have a ton of overhead. And lots of times, after the first down payment, lots of times people don't even pay more than they're supposed to pay. So, man, but yeah, that's a quick rant. Okay, so I am right now. I'm working on. I filed a big motion for reconsideration in a case last week, and I'm working on some follow up proposed order and trying to get some court dates. I would say when it comes to pricing law, 90% of it is is the paperwork and preparation, and then and communicating with the client. Once you get the trial, if you have actually prepared your case, once you get the trial, you done did most of the work. You're just putting on the evidence then. And so that's what 90% of doing a trial is. Being a lawyer is the preparation. The preparation, not going to court order. It's preparation. And one thing I learned about preparation takes away nervousness. So I learned that from being a lawyer. And so, but yeah, I'm doing this. So I need one more subscriber. Hey, thank you guys for joining the live. I appreciate that. I need one more subscriber to get 500. And so that's why I'm doing this live. What's going on? Thank you guys for joining. What interesting law topic I could talk about when I'm going live? What you guys? Thanks, man. I appreciate you subbing. Thank you. Perez, thanks, Beth, thanks, Brandon. Appreciate the sub. Missouri, am I saying that wrong? I'm not trying to butcher your name, man. My bad. I'm trying to say it wrong. Appreciate that, Brandon, dog. Thanks, man. Appreciate that. Appreciate that, guys. Thank you guys for subbing. Like, so I posted a video yesterday on Diddy Trial, and I think a lot of people are missing the main point. A lot of people are caught up in like, hey, she's talking about, Cassie and Diddy. You heard all the crazy stuff Diddy said on stands, or you heard all the freak offs and stuff like that. Man, this trial is not 100% about the freak offs. From my perspective, the Diddy trial is about sex trafficking, and that's going across state lines, and trying to cross state lines, and forcing people to have sex. So I think Cassie testified as to, hey, I felt coerced to have sex and things like that, and not order people across state lines. So this is not a trial about the things he done against Cassie. This is a trial about, hey, prostitution across state lines. And I think they're proving that right now. Like, they've proved that, hey, he flew people in town and paid them for sex. It sounds crazy because essentially you getting paid for you getting prosecuted for being a super freak. You would think normally prostitution across state lines would be just um, hey, you know, these people, some serious people are kidnapping people, and there's a big organization kidnapping people and forcing them said slave trading. Diddy was just a freaking person, and paid people to come across state lines that have it. But I think that but it sounds like what's charged, so he's probably gonna lose on that. What he might win on is racketeering. Last time racketeering, RICO is when you in charge of an organization. And he was in charge of a huge organization, and so being in charge of a huge organization, he Diddy, he being in charge of a huge organization, he did. I'm losing my train of thought. This is why I post a lot of videos instead of going live. This is my first time going live. But I appreciate you guys and thank you guys for joining in. And so how did I say hey back to people besides that? But yeah. And so do y'all got any topics? Ask this any law question you guys have. Do you guys have any law question? Oh yeah, just to finish on my last thought on Diddy Trial, I don't think he's gonna get. I don't think the racketeering thing is gonna go over, but I definitely think the he's gonna lose for sex trafficking and conspiracy. Conspiracy requires two people, and so more than one person. They don't charge one person, which is crazy. So that's the sum up that did the situation. Anybody have any legal questions? Any legal questions? I'll be happy that this is your one time. If you got an attorney going live, free legal question. Anybody got a free legal question? I need a free. Okay. Well, I guess everybody done left. I guess I'm bored. So, what do you do when you go live? I guess you gotta talk about something interesting. So, okay, check this out. I got a story for you guys. Would you rather know about the a trial that I won, or would you rather know about a trial that I lost? Okay, I think it would be more interesting to hear about a trial that I won. And when I first started practicing law, 8 years, 7, 8 years ago, one of the first trials I won was a child custody trial. So child custody trial. So this child custody trial, um, this girl she had the child for at least for like 4 or 5 years. The child's father rarely came and visit, but all of a sudden, around January, he filed for custody. And she was just taken aback, like, why he filed for custody? And so the more we looked into the facts, we found out that that and this is public record. I argued this at court, you know. So the more I looked into the facts, this guy filed because he was trying to get full custody so he could file the child on his taxes. So my main argument was, of course, that she was a better parent. I had a lot of proof that she was a better parent than the baby daddy. But at trial, I also let it come out that he filed this stuff around tax time. He just really wanted to put the child on taxes because the mom would not let him put the child on taxes. So I wanted that trial because the judge like, look, I'm not finna let you get paid for taking care of your child. And so that was one of the first trials I won because essentially, of course, the mom was a better parent than the father, more willing to be a parent. It was the best interest of the child for the child to stay with the mom over the dad. But essentially, I got into court that, hey, on top of all that, he really just want to file his child on taxes. So that's how I won one of my first trials. Okay. What else I could say? Man, like everybody gone. Can you like messages? I don't know how this works. Can you like messages? Can't like messages as a I don't know how to do that. I don't even know how to like messages. People waving. I want to tell Brandon thanks, man. Brandon showed a lot of love. Thanks, man. Thanks, Missouri, for following. Thanks to everybody who come in. All right. Let's see. I guess when people go live, they used to viewers used to seeing them doing something wild, man. I'm just working in my office, just working in my office, and so okay, I talked about Diddy Trial. I talked about one of my favorite cases, one of my first cases I won. Uh, One of the craziest cases I seen in court that I wasn't a part of. A lot of times I go to court and I just see I just see other people in court, and I like to watch other attorneys do their things, so I kind of learn from them and learn what to do and learn what not to do. So one of the first things I ever seen in court was crazy case I seen somebody else do in court was it often happens in small claims court is when people always trying to avoid paying an attorney or paying somebody to do their closing. So this person bought a property, but the person he brought the property from didn't want to turn the deed over because the woman didn't pay the property taxes. I'm just like, no, this is not how it works. Go hire an attorney so you can do your property closing, and you won't have to worry about little side stuff like that. You won't have to worry about doing side stuff like that. Mm, all right. Well, I guess this is one of the craziest things about going live and not having anything to talk about. But let me wrap it up with one more thing, and then I'll be done with going live. One more thing I can talk about is how much money. I get this question a lot. A lot of people think attorneys make a lot of money, but I think it's like in the other business. Most of the business go to like some of the top lawyers and law firms. It comes down to marketing. People don't know who you are, either by reputation or advertising. They're not going to come to you. And so, lots of times, I get a lot of questions like, "Hey, how much money, man?" Like, man, really is up and down because even though I work for a small family firm, I work for my father, work with my father, for my father, this same shit. It's up and down. So if I haven't settled a big case, I just get my base salary, and my base salary is pretty average, you know. And so, and it takes a while for those big cases to settle. So I could be working on a big case for like a whole year, and it finally settles. And so, I done got my base salary all year. And one year I had this, lump sum of money, which I'm appreciative. But for the most part, man, my base salary is just look up the average salary in Mississippi. Well, let me Google it. I don't want to reveal it all. Average salary in Mississippi. $47,503. That's about right. That's my base salary. Of course, that's about my base salary. Of course, I done made more than that, and I had good years, and I had down years. But my base salary, I gotta go, guys. I gotta call. But thanks y'all for watching.